Pretty much every day in college football is crazy and wild, and January 13th was the same. In today's video, we have 5 topics to cover once again, ranging from new coaches at Ohio State, one of the best group of 5 running backs has found a new home, a former blue chip 5-star recruit entered the portal, one of the biggest quarterback names in the country is taking visits, and finally, a former Penn State blue chip running back is now headed down to the SEC. In today's video, we're going to cover all 5 of those topics, but right before we get into it, nearly 80% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel, and I know we can do better than that, plus we're on the road to 100K, so quickly be sure to hit that subscribe button, smash that like button for the algorithm, and turn on post notifications so you never miss when I upload. Now, let's get started. So yeah, I hope to do this video pretty much every day, as there is always something in my eyes that is newsworthy. So to keep up to date, be sure to click the playlist link down below where you will find each and every video. Now let's get to the first topic, a running back by the name of Jay Ducker. Coming out of Nebraska, Jay Ducker was only a 3-star recruit. In fact, he was the 15th ranked all-purpose back in the nation and wasn't even top 1,000 in the class of 2020. Because of that, no one expected him to take over college football, and he hasn't quite done that yet, but he could be one of the biggest backs and one of the biggest names soon. He didn't play until this year, and he ran the ball 218 times for 1,184 yards and 3 touchdowns. Yeah, the touchdown number isn't amazing, but he was still named the MAC Freshman of the Year, and big-time schools have already started calling his name. In fact, Florida, Florida State, UCLA, and Memphis all reached out to him, and eventually he decided to commit to the Tigers. Yeah, but Scott, they're only an American-level school. Well, in case you didn't know, Memphis has produced 5 NFL running backs since 2019. They had Tony Pollard, Darrell Henderson, Antonio Gibson, Kenneth Gainwell, and Patrick Taylor. I would say Memphis is a very good career choice if you want to be a running back, and he's likely to put up big numbers, and he is someone to watch over the next few years. This is one of the top running back transfers in the nation, and he has now found his home. Do you guys remember when Penn State had that 4-headed monster at running back? Yeah, I do too. Journey Brown had to retire, Ricky Slade transferred to a lower level, Devin Ford has not lived up to the hype, and now the last one is done as Noah Cain has decided to transfer and his new home will be down in the bayou of LSU. The Tigers will lose Ty Davis-Price to the NFL, so Brian Kelly was in need of an immediate running back. Coming out of IMG Academy, Cain was a top 100 player and the number 6 running back in the class of 2019. As I've previously said, he has been at Penn State the last 3 years, and the results have been somewhat underwhelming. He had 8 touchdowns as a freshman, but since then, he has not been anything spectacular. He only has 800 yards and 12 touchdowns to his name, and he decided he would have a fresh start, and maybe he will figure it all out at LSU. To be fair, Cain was actually hurt during the 2020 season, but if he can get back to his freshman year form, in which he made Penn State football history, maybe he could be the top back at LSU. He will have some competition though, as John Emery, Corey Kiner, Armani Goodwin, and Kevontre Bradford all return, and I'm excited to see how this LSU running back room takes shape. We all remember Bru McCoy. He was a 5-star recruit and the number 1 athlete in the class of 2019. In fact, he was so good that he was actually ranked as the 226th best recruit of all time. He went to the prestigious Mater Dei High School in California and was expected to make an immediate impact for whatever team he went to. The big question was, where was he going to go? Well, he didn't make it very clear. He originally committed to Texas, then he flipped back to USC, went back to Texas, and went back to USC again. Something like that, but it was a crazy journey for him, and things did not get any more normal when he became a Trojan. He would not play in 2019, but in 2020 he would catch 21 passes for 236 yards and 2 touchdowns. Not the greatest numbers in the world, but for someone who was stuck behind so many talented players, it was alright. 2021 was supposed to be his big year, but in fact he didn't play. He ran into some off-the-field issues and did not register a single stat. In 3 years of football, McCoy has barely done anything, and now he is on the move as he decided he would enter the transfer portal. Honestly, I don't even know what's next. The guy is an unbelievable athlete, so some school will take a chance on him, probably at the Power 5 level, but as of right now, I literally have no idea where he's going to go. Maybe he'll stay in California and play for a school like UCLA or Cal, or maybe he'll go down a level and play for San Diego State or San Jose State, but I really don't know. But he has some off-the-field issues, seemingly has some commitment issues, and this is a very curious case. What do you guys think will happen to him? Last night, I made a video hyping up Ohio State for 2022. Yeah, they have the offensive fireworks, and they've been a perennial playoff team for the most part, but the defense is honestly holding them back. That was the comment I got a lot, and as you look further into it, it is the truth. Ryan Day has decided to take matters into his own hands, as a lot of the defensive staff will not be retained, and he is bringing in a ton of new options. The most notable guy who is out is the defensive coordinator, Kerry Coombs. He spent 8 years with the Buckeyes, and the past 2 years he was the DC. He was under fire after the Oregon loss this year, and many at times wanted to run him out of town, but he at least got to finish out the year, and now he is done. Who did they decide to bring in? Well, they got Jim Knowles from Oklahoma State. The Cowboys have one of the best defenses in college football this past year, and he is a guy who is rising in the profession, so I think this is a great hire for the Buckeyes. They also grabbed the cornerbacks coach from Cincinnati in Perry Eliano, and he most notably coached Ahmad Gardner and Kobe Bryant, both of which are some of the best corners and lockdown defenders in the game. Finally, they added Jacksonville Jaguars cornerbacks coach Tim Walton to the staff. And combining these 3 hires, I hope Ohio State's defense can become elite, and I'm very curious to see how this is all going to play out. But the big news was that Kerry Coombs is out. Finally, to get to our last topic of the day, we need to talk about Jaxson Dart. Yes, that is the former USC quarterback who was a really big deal when he came out of high school. In fact, he was a top 100 player, a 4-star recruit, and the number 10 quarterback in the class of 2021. He would join another quarterback in Miller Moss as they would sit behind Keaton Slovis. Eventually, Slovis got hurt, and he didn't really play that well, so Jaxson Dart got an opportunity to play. He threw for 1,353 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 5 picks. And while the stats won't jump off the page, you have to remember he didn't play in that many games, and the kind of potential and flash that he showed was out of this world, and I think he has the potential to be one of the top quarterbacks in the country. That is why when he decided to enter his name into the portal, he had a lot of schools coming after him. The 3 schools he named were Oklahoma, Ole Miss, and TCU. I'm not sure why the Horned Frogs are really in the mix, as that one doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but I think it's going to come down to Oklahoma and Ole Miss. Oklahoma is in need of a quarterback. Yes, they signed Dylan Gabriel, and they have 2022 quarterback Nick Evers, but Dart has a higher ceiling and is younger than both of those guys, and Venables and Levy would not be opposed to adding another big-time name. Ole Miss is in the same spot. They're going to lose Matt Corral to the NFL draft, and while they do have Luke Altmaier sitting behind him, I'm not quite sure he's the guy just yet, and someone like Dart would do great in their system. He could put up big-time numbers at Ole Miss and be the face of that program. You also have to add in TCU, but as I said, I don't know why he would go there. Dart is currently visiting Oklahoma with former tight end Michael Trigg, and if I had to put my money down, I would say both of these guys are going to end up as Sooners. What do you guys think though? Where will Jaxson Dart end up going? So yeah, in today's video we talked about the top 5 topics from Thursday, January 13th, and this is now going to become a daily series on the channel, so be sure to let me know a topic I can cover in tomorrow's video down below, what you think of all these topics, and don't forget to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and check out all my other videos in the series and on the end screen. I hope to see you guys again soon, but until next time, peace.